Hey guys! Welcome back. Taon-taon talaga, yung pinaka-aabangan kong phone is the Redmi Note series. Marami na akong nagamit na Redmi Note devices simula dati. Pero yung pinaka-recent ko na nagamit is yung Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus na nireview ko dito sa channel last January. So, syempre, this year, hindi ko pwedeng palagpasin yung Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. If you are interested and you want to know more about this phone, stick around kasi yan yung pag-uusapan natin. Before we begin, if you are someone that loves tutorials, tech news, and unboxing videos like this one, please consider subscribing. Kasi nag-upload ako ng mga exciting and helpful videos regularly. Okay, with that being said, let me show you first yung box ng Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. So, ito yung front ng box natin. Simple lang siya and may nakasulat lang na Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus in gold dito sa harap. Meron tayong 3 phones under the Note 13 lineup. Yung Vanilla Note 13, Note 13 Pro, and ito ngang Note 13 Pro Plus. For the Pro Plus version, meron tayong 3 storage options. Yung unit ko dito is the 12 256GB variant. Meron din siyang 12 512GB and a 16 512GB variant. Okay, now let's open this to see what's inside. So, meron tayong paper box that contains our SIM ejector pin, a user guide, and our free phone case. Props to Redmi kasi maganda yung in-include nila na phone case this year. Usually kasi yung free case nila is yung soft clear jelly case lang. And I don't prefer it kasi naninilaw yun agad after a few months. Sa bottom, nandyan naman yung Type-C charging cable and yung 120 watt GAN power brick. According to Redmi, this can fill up your 5000 mAh battery in less than 20 minutes. Okay, now for the most exciting part. Eto na yung phone natin, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. So, I got the purple color with the leather finish. And ito yung kinuha ko kasi it is a rarity na meron tayong leather option sa ganitong price point. Usually kasi, leather variants are reserved para sa mga premium phones. Kaya syempre, nung nalaman ko na may leather option to, yun na agad yung binili ko. Meron pa tayong 3 color options maliban dito. We have the Midnight Black, which is always a safe choice for its simple and classic appeal. The Porcelain White, para sa mga kagaya ko na ayaw ng smudges and fingerprints sa mga phone nila. And lastly, yung exclusive collaboration nila with Ape in camouflage. Kung familiar kayo sa camera layout ng Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus, mapapansin nyo na malaki yung pinagkaiba nila ng 13 Pro Plus in terms of design. Wala na yung buong camera encasement dito sa 13 Pro Plus. We have our triple camera clustered here at the upper left of the back panel. Tapos yung flash naman is isolated sa kabilang side. I was worried nung una kasi baka cheap yung leather na ginamit ni Redmi dito. Pero nung nahawakan ko na siya, I was completely satisfied with the quality of the material that they've used. It feels premium at hindi tinipid. Now, at the top, we have a noise reducing microphone, infrared, and the speaker grill. Sa right side naman, we have the power button and the volume rockers. While the left side is completely clean with no buttons or ports. At the bottom, we have the dual SIM card tray. And unfortunately, wala siyang slot for expandable memory. So it's worth considering when choosing kung ilang gigs ba ng internal storage yung pipiliin nyo. We also have another microphone, USB-C charging port, and another set of stereo speakers. This phone has a dual curved design. And if you've been following me, alam nyo na hindi ako fan ng curved screens. Pero to be fair, napapaganda niya talaga yung design ng phone. This also feels comfortable pagka hawak mo siya. Kasi mas madali siyang i-grip and hindi rin siya ganoon kabigat kasi it's just 205 grams dahil na rin sa aluminum body. Yung screen is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus. And this is also the first ever Redmi phone with an IP68 rating for dust and water resistance. So you don't need to worry kahit mabasa siya kasi it's already waterproof. Now let's talk about the display. So we have a curved 6.67-inch OLED screen with 120Hz refresh rate and 1800 nits of peak brightness. It has Dolby Vision, HDR10 Plus, and supports up to 68 billion colors with richer and smoother color transition from bright to dark areas of your images and videos. You really need to see for yourself para ma-appreciate mo yung display quality ng mga phone. Pero sa nakikita ko, kayang-kaya niya na makipagsabayan sa level ng ibang flagship phones. Images are really sharp and not overly saturated. Pag naglalaro ka ng mga games like Asphalt 9, you will notice na suabe yung mga animations. At maganda rin yung balance ng mga kulay. For the OS, this device launched with Android 13 with MIUI 14 skin on top. Hindi pa siya available globally. Kaya mga CN-ROM units pa lang yung mabibili nyo sa ngayon. I got this for 19,500 pesos for the 12/256 variant. And this might go for as high as 22,500 depende na lang sa memory configuration na pipiliin mo. You can message our friends from AHH Xiaomi Manila kasi available sa kanila yung phone na to, pati na rin yung Redmi Note 13 Pro. You can also check yung mga links na ilalagay ko sa description box if you prefer buying sa Lazada or sa Shopee. Okay, for the chipset, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus is using the MediaTek Dimensity 7200 Ultra that is fabricated using a 4nm process for increased efficiency and performance. Tinest ko siya with the popular benchmark testing apps and here are the results. This showed us impressive results for a mid-range device. I tried playing Wild Rift and my connection was stable and consistent all throughout. I also played Genshin Impact ng naka-max settings. And sa short time na ginamit ko siya, okay naman yung graphics. Pero nakaramdam ako ng konting pag-init sa may camera module. I'm going to make a non-stop gaming review soon. So let me know in the comments kung anong mga games ba yung gusto nyo na itry ko. This phone has a 5,000 mAh battery with 120 watt charging speed. Ito yung isa sa mga pinagkaiba niya sa Note 13 Pro. Kasi up to 67 watt lang yung kaya nun. Now, for the camera, I was really confused kasi I can't figure out why Redmi would give us a triple camera setup spearheaded by a monstrous 200MP primary cam, and then to top it off, they paired it with two subpar camera sensors, an 8MP ultra-wide and a 2MP macro cam. Bukod sa laki ng disparity between the three camera sensors, we are once again stuck with a macro cam that is both inferior and outdated. Buti na nga lang na meron siyang built-in OIS and that we can also shoot 4K videos at 30 FPS. Sa harap naman, wala ring improvement kasi we are still stuck with a 16MP selfie shooter from last year with videos still at 1080p at 120 FPS. At the end of the day, these are all numbers and specs. And it all boils down to image processing and software enhancements. So now, ipapakita ko sa inyo yung mga images and videos that I took using this phone to give you an idea about its camera capabilities. Hey guys, so here is a quick sample video of our Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. We are currently shooting at 1080p at 60 FPS. Wala siyang masyadong ipinagbago dun sa Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus from last year kasi 16MP pa rin yung camera natin. Pero kung makikita nyo, maganda naman yung quality nung video natin. So let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, so here are my final thoughts of the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. Unahin ko na yung mga features niya na nagustuhan ko. First is the charging speed. Actually, ito yung feature na pinaka nagustuhan ko way back when I first got my Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus. And hanggang ngayon, I still think na sa convenience pa lang na makukuha mo with the 120 watt charging, worth considering na tong phone na to. Next is the display. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, you really need to see for yourself to make a good judgment. Pero in my opinion, pwede siyang makipagsabayan sa mga flagship phones. The viewing angles are great, as well as the image quality. Very vibrant din yung colors niya. And I really enjoy this feature when watching videos or playing games. Lastly, yung design. Nagustuhan ko yung design nito. Kasi at this price point, pang flagship level yung ibinibigay sa atin ni Redmi. To start off, you get a leather option for the back panel. You also get a curved screen. And you know that I am not a fan of this. But I must admit na nakakadagdag nga siya sa appeal ng mga phones. Another thing is that we now have an in-display fingerprint scanner. In contrast with its predecessors na side-mounted yung fingerprint scanners. And finally is that this is the first Redmi phone na IP68 dust and water resistant. Okay, ngayon naman, i-discuss natin yung mga hindi ko nagustuhan sa phone na to. About the camera, may mga shots na sobrang nagustuhan ko yung quality. Malinaw siya and kitang-kita mo yung detail even at night. Pero there are also some shots na hindi masyadong maganda yung register. Medyo blurry din siya ng konti kahit similar naman yung setting. So in short, my problem is that it's inconsistent in producing quality photos. Maybe it's just a software issue and hopefully maayos nila with future updates. Next is the availability. Kasi medyo matagal pa siya bago i-launch dito. If you remember last year, as early as November 1, available na sa China yung Note 12 series. Pero around April pa siya naging available sa mga stores dito. Kasi mas inuuna nila yung release ng T series. This is a CN-ROM phone. And wala naman akong na-experience na issues using CN-ROM phones. But I know some of you still prefer the global variants. Kung yan yung prefer nyo, unfortunately, kailangan nyo pa siyang hintayin na i-launch dito. To summarize, I could easily recommend the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. Lalong-lalo na kung pasok sa budget nyo. Kasi I think this is one of the best bang for the buck phones na available sa market. Gagawa pa ako ng videos about this phone in the following weeks, including the gaming review. So stay tuned para lagi kayong updated. So that's the end of the video and I hope you guys liked it. Thumbs is a plus, subs is a must. I'm the Unboxing Tito and I will see you next time.